Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Education Matters. Our show airs Tuesdays at 4, Thursdays at 6 and Saturdays at 10. Hola amigos televidentes, bienvenidos a una edición más de Education Matters. Nuestro programa se ve los martes a las 4, los jueves a las 6 y los sábados a las 10. Y hoy tenemos con nosotros un grupo de personas muy importantes en nuestra comunidad que son tutores y trabajan en el Centro de Servicios de Educación de QVCC, como lo conocen todos ustedes en la comunidad. Valley Community College. It's so much easier to say QVCC. Welcome to the show, and we have with us John Lepore, who is the Director of Learning Services. Is that what the division is called?
Technically, I'm the Learning Services Coordinator.
Yeah. And in that role, you employ and assign tasks to tutors?
That's right, yeah. We have a number of tutors, and some of them are here with us.
Okay. So we'll have them introduce themselves, and that way the community, who probably already knows them, will get to see them again.
Well, hi everybody. My name is Fiorella, and I work, actually I work at the front desk, and I was a tutor before.
My name is Jose Aponte, and I'm the Learning Support Services Assistant.
My name is Kevin Hernandez, and I am a tutor currently.
Okay, and I'm going to dig into your histories a little bit more as to how you came to be tutors and what your backgrounds are in this program. But first of all, John, let's talk a little bit about this component and when it was set up at QVCC, and it's been in place for a long time, the tutoring program?
I don't know too much about the early history of it, but I think it's probably been around for about perhaps 10 years, maybe a little bit longer than that.
And what are the areas that the majority of students need help with?
Well, we have most of our focus is on the basics. So we have tutors that are very much focused on math, and we have tutors that are focused on English. But then we sort of get around to the other subject areas like, let's say, accounting or science, or associated with English, we have writing, which goes everywhere.
Oh yes, so that's interdisciplinary.
Right.
And how does a person become a tutor in your program? Would one of you want to share that?
Usually, John and I look for tutors, and we talk to professors to see who they think they could nominate for tutoring. We ourselves in the tutoring center look around to see, like Kevin is a new tutor from last semester, and you know he'd come to the Learning Center quite a bit, and we saw his interaction with the students and how he dealt with certain things, and so we decided to bring him on board.
And Fiorella, how was it for you?
Well, I was actually, I was a tutor like 2 years ago actually, and I'm really glad that I had the opportunity to be a tutor. I was a tutor for Spanish, and John and I, we actually talked a lot about that, and I was like, okay, it seems like it's going to be a really fun experience for me, and it was. It was really amazing. It was a great experience, so I'm really thankful for that.
We actually recruited Fiorella. She was working at the front desk even back then, and so we got to know her.
So you were doing that job as a part-time job while you were going to school elsewhere?
I was actually at QVCC before I went to UConn.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a student there, and I was working at the front desk, and then and I loved it. It was really good, really good.
Had you ever thought of yourself as a potential tutor?
Never.
That's wonderful.
It was a really nice experience.
And Kevin, you're the newest tutor in this group, right?
Yes.
How long have you been tutoring?
Now, since last semester. So I did fall semester. And
were you surprised to be asked to be a tutor, or how did that work?
I really was. But I have always been good with communicating things to other people.
We know, we've seen you doing poetry, and that takes a lot of
communication is my area.
Skill. Excellent. Así que lo hablamos un poquito en español ahora. Tenemos con nosotros entonces estos jóvenes, en el caso de José Aponte, que lo conocen mucho en la comunidad. Él es el asistente de John en el área esta de los servicios a los estudiantes, y tenemos a Fiorella, que trabajó un tiempito en la recepción del colegio y terminó siendo tutora y ha seguido sus estudios ahora avanzados en otra universidad, pero tiene esa historia con QVCC, y el más reciente que es Kevin, y todos son bilingües, así que cuenten su experiencia un poquito entonces en español.
Sí, claro que sí. Bueno, en realidad, como les estaba diciendo anteriormente, fue tutora de español y fue una experiencia totalmente extraordinaria. Para mí nunca pensé que podría ser tutora, pero al llegar allá, no solamente QVCC es un lugar que te da muchas oportunidades, sino también es un lugar donde uno se siente como en casa, y eso creo que es lo mejor y lo más importante para la vida de un estudiante y para la vida que quiere seguir y los sueños que se vuelven totalmente realidades ahí.
Tienes toda la razón, ese clima es el que necesita uno para aprender.
Sí, eso es verdad.
Y en el caso tuyo, tú has hablado de este tema antes también.
Sí, yo he hablado, nosotros tenemos, el trabajo mío es ver a los estudiantes que tenemos, ayudarles en lo que puedo ayudar, sea en el de tutoría o encontrar a alguien que pueda ayudarle a ellos. Kevin era un estudiante de nosotros que yo lo veía antes hablando con los estudiantes, diciendo cómo hacer unas cosas en matemática o como en inglés, y decidimos traerlo como un tutor.
¿Y qué es lo más que te ha gustado de esta experiencia de ser tutor?
Porque yo aprendo mucho cuando yo asisto a alguien a hacer algo en tutoría, como algo en matemática, en cualquier sujeto que yo pueda asistirle. Yo aprendo mucho porque yo veo que hacen muchas cosas o que hacen muchos errores, y yo como veo esos errores a la misma vez, entonces uno aprende de eso, ¿me entiendes?
Learn by doing. You know, sometimes when they talked about mixed groupings in education, there used to be folks who would say, well, I want my child to be with just a group of kids who excel, and the mixed grouping thing they felt was a waste of time. But you're a clear example of how the learning is enhanced by teaching others.
Oh,
and that's what you've gotten from the tutoring experience. That's fantastic.
Precisamente.
Qué bien. And one of the things that I was wondering in terms of the services you provide, learning to study itself is a problem. Do you have a skills set that you also try to address in organizing them? A lot of our students who have jobs at the same time, how to prioritize, is that something you address too in your project?
Well, we're getting more into that. Last semester we actually put on some workshops, and there's another organization within the school that
focuses on that aspect.
Well, they're more focused on biology and the biological sciences, but part of their task is to help students learn how to learn. So we kind of tapped into their expertise, and this semester and next semester we're going to try to offer more things like that. But most of it sort of by example. You know, when we're talking to an individual student, we might be able to give them some advice as to, well, how are you going about, trying to learn this material, and maybe there's something that can be fixed or something that can be improved with that.
And who decides who's going to tutor who? How do students request the services? Are teachers referring them to tutors because they notice that they have some gaps? How does that work? Which one of you wants to answer that?
I'll take it. John and I, along with tutors at the beginning of each semester, try to visit classrooms to let them know that the Learning Center is there for them to use. It's absolutely free, and all they have to do is walk in.
Wow.
Okay? They don't have to set up, at our Learning Center with the Willimantic campus, you don't have to set up an appointment. You just have to show up.
Excellent.
We can't help you if you don't show up. We can't be where you are unless you come to us. And we try to hit mostly math and English classes at the beginning of the semester, and Spanish classes as well, to let them know that we're here, and we pass out a tutoring schedule that's available to everybody.